This is without a doubt the Jordan era of Dokkan. There is no celebration in Dokkan that could even come close to what this 9th anniversary has done for the game. And it makes me scared for the 10th anniversary, but that's a video topic for another time. I just want you to understand, and I want you to appreciate this. I don't want to, listen, I have my quote-unquote gripes with this anniversary. There's a few things I don't like, but I don't want to see a single person complaining, because those gripes cannot compare to the W's that we've received. Like, the 8th anniversary, part 1, had 2 EZAs, okay? And mind you, these 2 characters were characters that we definitely wanted to get an EZA for, but no one was like, oh my god, I can't wait for Vegeta. Like, we knew his EZA was going to be happening at some point. Yes, it was quote-unquote, it's Vegito, right? So we were waiting for that. But it wasn't like counting down the days for that, right? And same thing for part 2. Part 2, I would argue, is where the hypest EZA came, with Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku. Again, these are EZAs that everyone wanted and we were all waiting for, but no one was counting down the days for these EZAs. And if you were, no disrespect, alright, but that's you. I'm talking about the majority. Like, this isn't really, like the hypest of hype. And you know what I mean by hype, and I'm going to show you what I mean in just one second. And then part 3 is what literally every single person on the planet was waiting for. This is what I mean. People were waiting. Like, these were talked about for months in advance, right? So this is what this 8th anniversary had to offer. 6 EZAs, 2 of which, only 2 Dokkan Festival EZAs in that. Only 2. The other ones were just, sorry, when I say Dokkan Festival, I'm saying Dokkan Festival LR EZAs. 3 of them, so 2 were Dokkan Festival LR EZAs, 3 were just Dokkan Fest EZAs, like TURs, and then 1 Yellow Coin LR EZA, right? So definitely a good anniversary. Look at this. The first 2 characters of this anniversary were extremely hype, because these are characters that we have been waiting for such a long time, and Broly was number 1. That in and of itself is a W. I don't know if Dokkan could repeat the extreme class character being the best and having that same quality of impact this Broly had upon release, and just the mechanic, the new target all mechanic, is things people were talking about for quite a long time. I mentioned in a few videos in the past, I think that'd be really cool, and they actually did that. That's super sick. And then part 2, so no, I can't wait. Sorry, I cannot wait. What am I talking? I cannot talk about part 2 just yet, because I gotta mention this guy. This is the first banner unit anniversary, this is the first anniversary banner unit in a very long time that is actually good. That is actually good. We can take a look at 8th anniversary if you really want to, because we know the banners for this anniversary, the GT side had the Tech Isanova, terrible character, and then the Z duo side had the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks and Piccolo. Like, no one cared about them upon release, but this Frieza is actually really good and is essentially a staple in the Super Bosses team. So it's like, this is having a staple character on a team from a banner unit is something we haven't seen in such a long time. But coming from the anniversary where we have history of bad banner units is, again, just an absolute W, right? Then part 2, they released the best unit in the game during part 2. I want you to think about, when has Dokkan ever released the best unit in the game? During part 2. Part 2 characters are usually not, they're strong. They may be really good on one team here or 2 teams there, but they're never really reaching the consistency and power that the part 1 units are. Beast Gohan said, oh, you were part 1? Dude, this guy is insane. And I think everyone really does underrate the Gammas, because they are very strong in their own right. And I do think they just have the best art in the game. Look at that, dude. Best art in the game, period. Again, that's subjective, sure. But the fact that for me, one of these character has the best art in the game dropped during this anniversary. The same time that Beast Gohan finally came out, he's the best character in the game. Same anniversary that we finally got Broly, we finally got Super Gogeta. Broly was also #1. A new mechanic that Gogeta and Beast Gohan share. Like, just the releases alone make this the best anniversary ever. But then we got to get into the EZAs, like I was mentioning before. They dropped this during the freaking countdown, dude. The EZAs were going to be so hype, and there were going to be so many EZAs that they dropped this guy during the countdown. That's how you knew this anniversary was going to be absolutely insane. Like, and he's amazing. So is this unit, and so is this unit. Two banner unit EZAs that are amazing. Like, these guys, I'm not gonna say are the most OP characters of all time, and they're not meant to do that, but they are very good in their own right. And then they drop this guy, a staple on the bosses team. He went from mid to extremely relevant on the Super Bosses team. Massive W. Then they drop this unit, some of the highest attack sets I've ever seen in this game. They are absolutely amazing. Broken, I would say. Then they drop these two. #2 in the game, #3 in the game, and then they drop these two. They're so broken, dude. Every EZA in this celebration has been a hit, not a single miss. If you want to count, the free-to-play characters from the anniversary, I can understand that. I just don't like the way these characters, mainly Beerus, right? Frieza's cool. I'm just not a big fan of Beerus, so his EZA I'm not going to be a fan of naturally. But in terms of just, and again, he's not bad, right? But in terms of just quality of EZAs, they dropped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 EZAs. 5 of which, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, are Dokkan Festival EZAs that are LRs. 5 LR Dokkan Festival EZAs comparing to the 8th anniversary's 2. And the 2 that we got, mind you, the 2 that we got, we knew we were going to get. These weren't a surprise. But this was a surprise. And this was a surprise. And this was a surprise. Which makes us, it adds so much hype to the anniversary, right? And then on top of that, to give a character everyone clowned on a substantial buff, every EZA hit. What are we complaining about in this anniversary? Again, I have my own personal gripes. Beerus is the only thing I don't like about the anniversary. I wish he could have been. I know he could have been so much better, and I think free-to-play stuff are so important because not everyone can spend a lot of money. So these free-to-play LRs really deserve to be. I think the free-to-play LRs during the anniversary, hot take or not, should be the best free-to-play LR in the entire game, especially upon release. I don't see why there's a reason why it shouldn't be that way. And maybe I'm sleeping on him, but I feel like he's not. I feel like these units, I'm not saying they have to be #1. They have to be far and away #1 as a free-to-play LR. That's like, it's an anniversary, dude, Again, Beerus is not bad. I'm not saying that. He's actually pretty good. It's just he needs to be more. That's what I need. I need more from Beerus. But again, this anniversary is so good that it's like, I can't give it a 10 out of 10 because of that Beerus and free-to-play stuff weighs so much, but this has to be like a 9.9 for me, which because it's a 9.9, I can't talk smack about this anime. I can't. Did I say anime? Did I just say that? I can't trash talk this celebration. I can't. It's near perfect, essentially perfect. 9.99. I would actually argue. Everything about this anniversary was absolutely amazing. Again, the 10th anniversary is going to scare me a little bit in terms of if they can keep this up, but put respect. This is the greatest celebration. What's crazy? This tops every celebration by miles. Usually we have like these conversations like, no, I think this World Live was better because of this, and this anniversary was better because of that. I don't see Dokkan reaching this peak of just quality. Like, dude, every EZA hit. Dokkan went 9 for 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 for 9 on EZAs? When has Dokkan ever done that? Put respect on OMATSU's name. Put respect on Dokkan's 9th anniversary. I don't want to hear any slander, okay? And I will be quiet about Beerus. I will. But I don't want to hear any slander for this anniversary. Absolute amazing. Absolutely just phenomenal. What else do you want me to say, dude? Like, put respect on the name. Jordan era. And to have this at 9 years into the game is just the healthiest thing we could ever really hope. 9 years. And Dokkan reached its prime. In 9 years. And the prime, mind you, could last for a few years. Dokkan will eventually fall off, but nowhere near. We are nowhere near that fall off. 9 years it took for Dokkan to reach its prime. And we say this almost every year, but this is different. This level of just quality in an anniversary is just, and just a celebration itself is just insane. Hopefully you enjoyed. Consider subscribing if you're new. Road to 62K, and only you can make that possible. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for being here. Good night. Why good night? I don't know what I'm, dude. I'm tired, man. All right. Good night.